owing to the system of Chinese astrology using their own calendar and the complexity of those 4 time ring systems. The rings are year, month, day, and hours, which make it difficult to understand Chinese astrology. Today, we will make a thorough study on the similarity of Western and Chinese astrology. After this video, you may find how the 4 time ring system are showing actual planet location, which is so-called the sidereal time, especially if you view by equal and whole cycle system. The component of earthly branches are exactly the 12 zodiacs, which is known by most people equals to 12 animal signs, 12 house system. There is one common mistake. Even some Chinese astrologists believe that the 4 time ring system is imaginary planets, which have no business with how the universe works with. You will find it surprising at our video. We will demonstrate the time ring system can work with sidereal time about planets' position, but also in the predictive techniques. Chinese astrology is using 2/3 of Western astrology predictive techniques. As we know, Western astrology has 4 elements: water, fire, wind, and earth. But Chinese astrology are having 5 elements, which has the earth most controversial to be understood by people. The earth element is located at the center of the position. However, once we understand the 5 elements, which means the 5 planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, you will enter to the core of Chinese astrology. As mentioned, we study the locus and orbit period of the 5 planets. Owing to Chinese lunar calendar are using synod period of Sun and Moon as one lunar calendar or one lunar moon. We need to make recognition of angular movement of planets with the time unit 29.50565. From the computation in Excel, we put down the orbit period in days. Then, using 360 degrees to divide the orbit period will result to angular speed per day. Then, we multiply by the synod period, which is 29.50565. So, this is exactly the 5 planets movement during one lunar month. By viewing closely, we may find some numbers meaningful in terms of approximability. Assuming the locus of planets are in perfect circle. For example, Mercury moves around 4 zodiacs in one lunar month. Another example is Saturn. It moves 1 degree in one lunar month, which you may find it familiar with solar arc direction predictive astrology techniques. We will further discuss how this works for Chinese astrology and Western astrology. Owing to the 4 time ring system are so complex with a factor of lunar month with its long integer, we will break down each ring to a basic unit we all know in terms of hourly manner. The bottom level shows the time duration of 1 unit earthly branches. The top level shows the time duration of 1 cycle, which is 16 units of earthly branches. Doing the same thing as page 6, we investigate into the numbers and seeking meaningful data. A very interesting point is if you also make a same computation of Mars, Venus, and Mars synod period, the 13 months phenomenon are actually the 13 Mars cycle in month earthly branches. After all, The independent time ring can simulate by mathematics formula. For example, sine curve to represent the location of the planet. So, once you have a reference point of time which is defined by ancient Chinese about BC 2697 years ago, you can calculate by the formula about the location of different planets. Let's take the time machine and go back to the reference point of Chinese astrology about the 5 elements planets location. If astrology theory works, despite of time of the planets being discovered by humanity, we can see a critical phenomenon that Pluto has changed its site from Virgo to Libra. It can represent a drastic change to the social structure, and this is close to our point of interest for the starting reference time of the 4 rings and the 5 planets location. If we look at the 5 elements planet location in approximation with the whole sign and equal sign house, that is within 30 degrees, are 15 off in terms of Western astrology. We find they can be put into Scorpio when Pluto changes size. These 4 stars are almost inside Scorpio, and it is facing the Jupiter in opposition at Taurus. It is what ancient Chinese always does. The stars are facing Jupiter, which represent the king and the empire. This is Jupiter, this is those 4 element stars, they are facing their king, Since Jupiter is outlier, which is opposition to other 4 elementary planets, as we mentioned in page 2, 2 early bunches, year and day, has identification of Jupiter's position in order to recognition of Jupiter's position to other 4 elementary planets. Evidence can be found with the fixed star, Xin Sha. They tend as governor officers come to greet the king. Many Xin Sha is related to year and day rank. The left table shows 12 earthly bunches at different seasons, which means if we make a standardization of location according to spring, the 12 alphabets, the 12 early bunches arranged clockwise. So, it is represented by the hour ring. The moon of 4 seasons are positioned with the earth facing the sun. It is the moon, the moon, the moon, the moon. So the actual position at our own microview, but if we look in the standardized location of spring, which is a macro view of position by the wording in red color, we discover it can match with Western astrology's assertion, and hence, by equal sign and whole sign house manner, we can subdivide into 12 house system accordingly by the hour ring, and so make conclusion to the planet nature according to zodiac and houses like the Western astrology. Reply to the statement which Chinese astrology use 2/3 of Western astrology predictive techniques. We make consideration of 3 core techniques in predictive astrology: the transit, the solar arc direction, and the second progressions. Chinese astrology only uses one of the above techniques. Depends on how you view at the perspective of solar arc direction of Western astrology. The all direct planet and axis move 1 degree of lateral charge representing 1 year, which Saturn move 1 degree in one early branches. And the second alternative perspective is, if we consider on Sun's location, with one lunar month pass, the month earthly branches move one unit, which means 30 degrees of a circle. The actual angular movement of Sun is 29 degrees, which by approximation becomes 30 degrees. We divided 30 by 30 and becomes 1, which is the solar arc direction speed of Sun. However, one different thing is Chinese astrology make both clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. So we multiply by 2, which become 2/3 of Western astrology predictive techniques. So, Western astrologists are familiar with the concentric wheel chart with different of predictive techniques, while Chinese astrology are using the same thing. The 4 time ring can show the natal and transit planet's position. The arrangement of earthly branches are equivalent to solar arc direction, which can show our fate at particular time. So, these 3 concentric circles can be represented by Chinese astrology's 4 time ring, respectively. This video's goal is to bring discussion on the difference of perspective of cultural in viewing astrology. Despite of people having cultural superiority and claim their own astrology is the most accurate or most unique one, many things are being globalized and the intra-difference is not so huge as we think. Here are 3 critical arguments on how people interpret Chinese astrology. First, Chinese astrology emphasizes of early branches of fixed sign. Second, developed from Yi Qi, natal and natural location are represented at linear and nonlinear correlation. Third, Chinese astrology emphasizes of external predictive techniques which do not talk much about spiritual and personal growth. From the left chart, when seeing our past, it is using natal location, which the direction of number you can see 1 to 4, 5 to 8. The pattern is in a linear correlation. However, when prediction of future event, it is using natural location, which you can see it is a zigzag pattern and it is counted as non-linear. So, what does linear and non-linear bring out the difference to our mind and our cognitive function? From psychologist Piaget, we have 4 stages of cognitive development, but not all adults can develop to the final stage, which have a good abstract thinking ability. When people fail to use their abstract thinking, they just use back the linear correlation, which means bygone is not bygone. Your future are ruled by past experience. When the fortune teller always tells you some bad luck is going to happen, and you will more inclined to self-fulfilling prophecy. Some Chinese astrologists has a claim of their prediction is over 90% of accuracy, which means you are faced. Yes, but only when you intend to make it happen by yourself and by your mind. Why abstract thinking is so important? Magic! And keep you out of tradition and being outdated. Last but not least, modern astrology is being criticized of not telling the internal changes point of time, which is ignoring the second progression's insight, and it is what which Chinese astrology does. Thank you for using your time in watching this pretty video. If you are interested in knowing more about fortune told, please visit our YouTube channel. But sorry, most of the videos are broadcast at Cantonese only. Bye bye.